We might be seeing a bank update introduced into AdoptMe. Today, we're talking about everything you need to know. If you didn't know already or haven't noticed this, if we go into AdoptMe and open up the journal area, you'll notice that there is a mysterious item called a check. Now, you're probably wondering how in the world do you go and get this, and what is its purpose? So let's quickly go and have a look. I believe it is in the toys area, and if we scroll down to this toy, we will notice it is right here. It is a common item which isn't actually that common to come across because it's a very rare old item. And if you don't know what a check is, basically you get them from a bank. In real life, the purpose is to go and write a certain amount of money on it and then go and check it in. So this would be for a use of a bank to go and basically transfer money from one place to another. So I could write a check for £10 and give it to someone else, and they would then receive that £10. Now the question is, how do you go and get this, and why is it inside of AdoptMe? Lots of people keep questioning me, is there going to be a bank? Did you realize there's a check? What is this check toy? Well, let's go and explain it all to you. Old AdoptMe, back when it was first created, they didn't really have an official currency way that it was paid out. And if you didn't know already, every single day inside of AdoptMe, you will realize you get a notification. A little thing that pops up on your screen saying cash out. And before they implemented that feature, there was a thing where it would just go and instead reward you with a check. These would go into your inventory and be a stackable item, similar to just any general toy that you could go and get. So I could get like a stack of these checks. They're very hard to come across and actually are non-tradable apparently. I'm yet to see someone with one of these in game, as they are a rare item that only old players would have had. Plus, if an old player did have it, they probably would have claimed it at the time to go and get bucks, because you'd want the money straight away. So the question is, why is it still there? Well, considering the journal is to show every single item in AdoptMe, they're not just gonna miss off a random item because it's not obtainable anymore, which is why it is in the menu area for being able to go and get it, which is quite interesting. However, maybe there will be a future update where they will introduce checks again. There had been talks like months ago, even years ago, discussing potential ways that you could implement bucks trading into AdoptMe. A way where you can transfer bucks inside of a trade without scams. This was before the 9 trading menu update even existed, when you could only trade 4 pets or 4 things for 4 things. And the AdoptMe team even discussed it in some old interview, which is so old that I can't even find the archive of. After looking through the internet, it was too hard to even go and locate, which means it's pretty old video. But basically the video discussed that they want to try and implement something along the lines so it would help prevent scammers, because there are actually a bunch of scammers in AdoptMe who say, oh, give me this pet and then I'll give you 10,000 bucks afterwards. Which obviously is not going to happen. They'll take your pet and probably make a runner, and you just got scammed, which is why you should not go and listen to people who say they sell their pets, especially for Robux, as that is against the terms of service and will get you both banned. So do not go and do any of that. So if AdoptMe was to go and implement a bank, what would it look like? Well, believe it or not, the creator of AdoptMe is called New Think and Be Fizzy. You won't believe this, let's check it out. This right here is the official AdoptMe's BeThink, and this right here is the official Twitter account for BeThink, one of the co-founders of AdoptMe. I can prove it to you right here, as you can see. Feel free to fact check this for yourself. And they made this post saying the possible bank for AdoptMe. Bear in mind that this was in 2017. 2017, guys. That is such an old date for something to be designed and then never introduced. 4 years later, we still have no bank in AdoptMe, which I think is quite funny. One of the possibly oldest abandoned updates that were ever introduced. The fact that he sculpted this building, made a post about it, I mean, BeThink was definitely eager to go and introduce a bank into AdoptMe. I mean, the only way to go and implement and use a bank, I mean, the only way to go and use a check is theoretically through a bank. So I guess it would make sense if they are to go and bring it back that they would go and introduce the bank area, which would be pretty cool. We know AdoptMe are working on a bunch of updates at the moment, which is kind of mind-blowing that they are doing so many regular updates. So we might actually go and see a bank introduced somewhat in the future. They recently discussed saying they are working on substantial updates for new pet task needs. If you haven't checked that video out, the link is down below in the description. Maybe a new pet's need will to be visiting the bank, and maybe in the bank you could go and do things such as deposit money, which would gain interest. Similar to a realistic bank, that would be pretty cool and definitely something exciting that I'd love to go and personally see. Let's hatch this mythical egg, see if we get anything good. We got a Kirin. Not too exciting, but I have a question for you guys. Have you ever seen a check in AdoptMe, and do you own one? Let me know in the comment section if you own a check. I'm very much intrigued if any of you guys own one of these things, because I want to know, can you still trade these, as no one actually really knows. Oh, and by the way, use star code CANDY when purchasing Robux. My friend actually developed a game where you can go and see what a bank might actually look like in AdoptMe. And also recently, this was apparently posted. It's just a bag of money. I'm not sure if this is like a real thing, or I don't know. I just keep seeing this bag of money appear everywhere. I think it's kind of bizarre, and this is just like a fan-made concept. I don't think these doors work. Oh, bro, the doors work. Okay. Now that's pretty cool. That's pretty wavy. Alright, we can buy a Loch Ness monster. Bear in mind, this is all a concept. The bank isn't official. It's just a update which was created in 4 years ago. Yeah, 4 years ago, guys. This is how exciting it gets these days. Alright, as you can see, we have the vault. Maybe they'll turn the vault into a bank. The vault was originally for the release of petware, and nothing ever happened since, but I mean, it'd be pretty cool if they turned the vault into one. I guess it would give it a purpose, an area where you could store your gold or just store your things in a vault. I'd be pretty happy with either. That seems to be it for today's video. Let me know if you're excited for potentially this in, you know, maybe a couple more years. I mean, we've only been waiting 4 years, so I guess most people will be happy waiting like an extra couple, you know. Yeah, that's it. Use star code CANDY if it's your birthday. Happy birthday. Shout out to this person who commented on my latest video. Do you want a shout out? Comment on this video and you might be appearing on the next video. I'm going to do this every video, so make sure you've got your notifications on to see if your name gets a shout out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.